Good evening, everyone. I'm Sharanya from the IT team working on the HRMS module. So today I will be presenting on the topic Introduction to React.js. I will basically give an overview on React. React is a JavaScript library created for building fast and interactive user interfaces for web and mobile applications. It is open source, component-based, and a front-end library responsible only for the application's view layer. It was created by Jordan Walk, a software engineer at Facebook. Developed by Facebook in 2011, React became one of the most widely used JavaScript libraries due to its feature of being an efficient and flexible JavaScript library. The next question that comes to our mind is why did Facebook actually develop React in spite of having other technologies? To get into these reasons, the first would be complexity of two-way data binding. Two-way data binding refers to sharing data between a component class and its template. If you change data in one place, it will automatically reflect at the other end. Next is the bad UX from using cascading updates of DOM tree. Cascading update is where it lets you update a primary key even though the key is on one side of a one-to-many relationship. The updates you make to the primary key will be reflected in related records, which have matching data in the foreign key. This has something to do with the database not functioning properly, due to which the UI UX was getting distorted. The third would be a lot of data on a page changing over time. And lastly, shift from MVC mentality. MVC stands for Model View Controller. It is an architectural pattern used for developing the user interface. In order to shift from this traditional mentality, React uses something called Flux. Flux is the application architecture that Facebook uses for building client-side web applications. It is alternative to MVC architecture for managing how data flows in the React application. It is the backbone of all React applications. It is neither a library nor a framework, but it complements React as a view and follows the concept of unidirectional data flow. Next, now we get into why we choose React over domains like vanilla JavaScript or other technologies. Firstly, it is easy. It has the feature of easy creation of dynamic applications. React makes it easier to create dynamic web applications because it requires less coding and offers more functionality as opposed to JavaScript, where coding gets complex quickly. Improved performance. React uses virtual DOM, thereby creating web applications faster. Virtual DOM compares the component's previous states and updates only the items in the real DOM that were changed instead of updating all of the components again, as conventional web applications do. Reusable components. Components are the building blocks of any React app, and a single React app consists of multiple components. These components have their logic and control, and they can be reused throughout the application, which in turn reduces the app's development time. Unidirectional data flow. React follows a unidirectional data flow. This means that when designing a React app, developers often nest child components within parent components. Since the data flow is unidirectional, it becomes easier to debug errors and know where a problem occurs in an application at the moment in question. Small learning curve. React is easy to learn as it mostly combines basic HTML and JavaScript concepts with beneficial additions. It can be used for the development of both the web applications and mobile applications. As of now, we have understood that React is used for the development of web applications, but there is also a framework called React Native, derived from React itself, which is used to create beautiful mobile applications. Dedicated tools for easy debugging. Facebook has released a Chrome extension that can be used to debug React applications. This makes the process of debugging React applications faster and easier. Next, we comes the features of React, which makes it popular in the front-end community. and the notable ones would be the JavaScript syntax extension, virtual DOM, the performance, the one-way data binding, the extensions, and the debugging. Firstly, the JSX syntax extension. JSX is a syntax extension to JavaScript. It is used with React to describe what the user interface should look like. By using JSX, we can write HTML structures in the same file that contains JavaScript code. This makes the code easier to understand and debug as it avoids the use of complex JavaScript DOM structures. As we can see here, the code shows how JSX is implemented in React. It is neither a string nor HTML. Instead, it embeds HTML into the JavaScript code. Virtual DOM. React keeps a lightweight representation of the real DOM in the memory, and that is known as the virtual DOM. For those wondering what DOM is what is called Document Object Model. It is a programming interface for HTML and XML documents. It defines the logical structure of a document and the way a document is accessed or manipulated. Here, it treats the HTML or XML doc as a tree structure in which each node is an object representing a part of the document. Manipulating real DOM is much slower than manipulating the virtual DOM because nothing gets drawn on the screen. When the state of an object changes, the virtual DOM changes only that object in the real DOM instead of updating all the objects. The benefits of using virtual DOM would be the clear and descriptive programming code and the optimized DOM updates. Next, performance. React uses virtual DOM, which makes the web applications run much faster than those developed with alternate front-end frameworks. React breaks a complex user interface into individual components, allowing multiple users to work on each component simultaneously, thereby speeding up the development time. Next are the extensions. React goes beyond simple UI design and has many extensions that offer complete application architecture support. It provides server-side rendering, which entails rendering a normal client-side only web application on the server and then sends a fully rendered page to the client. It also employs Flux and Redux extensively in web application development. One-way data binding. That one-way data binding keeps everything modular and fast. A unidirectional data flow means that when a developer designs a React app, they often nest child components within the parent components. This way, a developer knows where and when an error occurs, giving them better control of the whole web application. Debugging, as discussed earlier, React applications are easy to test due to the large developer community. Facebook even provides a small browser extension that makes React debugging faster and easier. Before we start the fundamentals of React, there are a few things any React fresher should know of, and those would notably be programming concepts like functions, objects, arrays, and to a certain extent classes, basic knowledge of JavaScript, and some familiarity with HTML. Fundamental concepts. There are three fundamental concepts of React, which are namely the components, state, and props. Components. Components are the building blocks of any React applications, and a single app usually consists of multiple components. A component is essentially a piece of user interface. React splits the UI into independent, reusable parts that can be processed separately. There are two types of components in React, the functional concepts and the class components. Here, I have displayed how a Google page can be split into components. We can consider each of these parts, such as the logo, the word box, the search button, the lucky button, and the language node as separate components which have been put together to make a proper functioning page. Functional components. These components have no state of their own and only contain a render method. So they are also called stateless components. They may derive data from other components as props. Here, I have given an example of how a functional component can be mentioned or used. Class components. These components can hold and manage the state and have a separate render method for returning the JSX on the screen. They are also called stateful components as they can have a state. Again, here I've given an example as to how a class component can be mentioned. Using a class component takes slightly more effort as you have to extend the React component, which is a part of the React library, while the functional component is plain JavaScript. The power of React starts to become more evident once we start rendering many single components to form a complex one. The state is a built-in React object that is used to contain data or information about the component. A component state can change over time. Whenever it changes, the component re-renders. The change in state can happen as a response to user action or system-generated events, and these changes determine the behavior of the component and how it will render. They are mutable data of a component. Considering a real-time example, if you like a photo, that photo state changes to liked. Next comes the props. Prop are short for properties. It is a React built-in object which stores the value of a tag's attributes and works similar to the HTML attributes. It provides a way to pass data from one component to other components in the same way as arguments are passed in a function. They are declarative attributes of a component and they are immutable. We can think of them in the same way we think of things like the source, the width, and the height of an element. Now we will discuss industry trends as to what are the advantages of becoming a React developer. Since its release in 2011, React has become the latest buzzword in the front-end development community. React developers earn more money as compared to developers who work with other technologies. The average salary for a React developer in India is 7,25,000 per year. React has been consistently gaining popularity and has no sign of slowing down as Facebook keeps adding features to it, making it increasingly more potent over time. Lastly, a few examples of the companies or brands that use React would be Facebook, Instagram, Netflix, Reddit, Airbnb, and so on to add on.